Hello, you're watching Vnews Bulletin. I'll bring on from another headlines as usual.
Party leader asks Ho Chi Minh City to further promote development driver role. Prime Minister chairs forum on digital transformation in and U.S. business community.
Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng on September 23rd asked Ho Chi Minh City to further bring into play Israel as the biggest development driver for the southeastern region and Vietnam as a whole. At a working session with the party chief, the Standing Board of the Municipal Party Committee reported on the implementation outcomes of the resolutions adopted at the 13th National Party Congress and the 11th Municipal Party Congress. Applauding the city's efforts and achievements, Party General Secretary Trọng said, with its outstanding potential and advantages, Ho Chi Minh City should further step up reforms, exert stronger efforts, and bring into better place its role as the biggest development driver for the southeastern region and the whole country. The leader once again expressed his sympathies with the people of the city and the whole region over the huge and unprecedented losses caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. The party leader requested the continuation of reforming and comprehensively improving education and training, developing human resources, especially high-quality ones and those for leadership and management positions, strongly facilitating science technology and the knowledge economy, and improving the healthcare network. At the meeting, the party leader also asked Ho Chi Minh City to improve local residents' spiritual life, resolutely prevent and eradicate social vices and crimes, reduce traffic accidents, ensure due attention to defense security safeguarding, and stay ready to respond to any circumstances, among other things. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính on September 23rd chaired a forum on collective economy and cooperatives, which focuses on the role of digital transformation in the development of the sector.
The leader underlined the significance of digital transformation as a compulsory task in the national development. Meanwhile, the collective economies is an obvious trend during international economic integration, which is suitable to the socialist-oriented economy, he said. The government leader said over the years, the collective economic sector has seen strong growth in all aspects, including skill, structure, connectivities, and efficiency. However, it has yet to meet all development targets and requirements, he said, pointing out various difficulties facing it. One of the reasons behind the problems is the slow digital transformation without specific strategy and actions, he added. Therefore, the collective economies and cooperatives should actively change their production and business methods while speeding up digital transformation to adapt to the new development situation, he noted.
Standing Deputy Prime Minister Phạm Bình Minh met senior foreign officials and the U.S. business community on September 22nd while in the U.S. to attend the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly. Talking to Cuban Minister of Foreign Affairs Bruno Rodriguez Parrilla, Deputy Prime Minister Phạm Bình Minh expressed his delight at the growth of the country's special and traditional ties and thanked Cuba for supplying Vietnam with COVID-19 vaccine. Minister Parrilla affirmed that Cuba always highly values and wishes to foster the special friendship, solidarity, and comprehensive cooperation with Vietnam. Earlier, Deputy Prime Minister Minh met with Indonesian Foreign Minister Retno Marsudi. The two sides highly valued the vigorous growth in the two countries' strategic partnership, as seen in flexibly maintained meetings at all levels and great strides in economic and trade links. The same day, talking to U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman, Minh recommended the two sides further increase discussions and dialogues at all levels and strengthen ties in all fields to substantially develop bilateral relations. Sherman said the comprehensive partnership has been flourishing, noting meetings and delegation exchanges have been resumed to have sustained momentum for their ties. While in the U.S., Ming also hosted a reception for U.S. Ambassador to the Flood and Agriculture Organization, Cindy McCain. At the meeting with U.S. business community, Deputy Prime Minister Pham Binh Minh highlighted the South economic, trade and investment partnership between two countries. He said the Vietnamese government will continue to create optimal conditions for foreign businesses, including those from the U.S., to expand their business and invest in Vietnam. U.S. representatives hailed efforts by the Vietnamese government in COVID-19 control and economic recovery, as well as maintaining the macroeconomic stability, creating confidence for foreign investors to expand their operation in Vietnam. Many U.S. firms showed their interest in connecting with Vietnamese partners to seek new cooperation opportunities. The State Bank of Vietnam will persist in monetary policy management solutions towards macroeconomic stability, but closely follow all developments to manage the situation in an appropriate manner.
Followed the move of the Fed in hiking interest rate, currencies in many countries have depreciated against the US dollars, such as Euro by 1.3%, British pound by 0.9%. As of September 21st, the US dollars had decreased 15% compared to 2021 and 19% year-on-year. This is the highest increase in the past 39 years and is also the reason why other currencies had depreciated sharply against the US dollar. In that context, the Vietnamese currency is still among the least depreciated in the world. Experts said Vietnam will be able to curb inflation below 4% as the target set by the National Assembly. The central bank will continue to control the exchange rate and intervene in the foreign currency market to limit fluctuations to help stabilize the foreign currency market.
Vietnam's rice export is likely to surpass the target set for this year. The country earned nearly $2.4 billion from exporting 4.97 million tons of rice in the first 8 months of this year, up 20.7% in volume and nearly 9.9% in value from the same period last year.
Vietnam plans to ship 6.5 million tons of rice this year, or 100,000 to 200,000 tons more than 2021. Asia is the biggest buyer of Vietnamese rice, accounting for more than 50%, followed by Africa and America. The Philippines alone brought over $1 billion worth of Vietnamese rice, or nearly half of Vietnamese total export, mostly jasmine and high-quality rice, up more than 47% year-on-year. In the past 8 months, China brought over 520,000 tons of rice from Vietnam, or about 10% of Vietnam's rice exports, down 29% annually. At present, the neighboring country has huge demand for glutinous rice, but supplies in Vietnam are insufficient. Ghana and the Ivory Coast remain stable markets for Vietnam, with more than 18% of the total rice export.
Universities nationwide are implementing more than 400 joint training programs with foreign countries for the undergraduate level, as per statistics from the Ministry of Education and Training's Department of International Cooperation.
The UK tops the lineup of foreign nations with over 100 joint programs, or about 25% of the total. It is followed by the US and France. Between 2016 and 2021, Vietnam annually welcomed up to 6,000 foreign students on average. The figure was the highest in 2019, with 6,300, dropping to some 3,000 each in 2020 and 2021 due to COVID-19. Up to 80% of the foreign students in Vietnam come from Laos and Cambodia. The proportion is followed by that of those from the Republic of Korea, China, France, and Japan. The Vietnam National Universities in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City are currently offering training to the highest numbers of students belonging to different nationalities.
A dug-out boat is made from a hollowed-out tree and is considered a symbol of strength and the culture of many ethnic minority groups in the Central Highlands.
With waterways being the common mode of transport long ago, local people in the Central Highlands started making dug-out boats from tree trunks that are hundreds of years old. Carving takes 5 to 7 skilled and experienced workers. The first step is to go deep into the forest to find a suitable tree trunk. Trees should have a length of dozens of meters, with a trunk that is a few people wide. Making a dug-out canoe is a gigantic task, requiring considerable organization and planning. A hardwood tree must be selected that is large and straight enough to transport several people.
The wood must be soaked in water until it is suitable. The wood must not be puffy or too soft. After being soaked in water, the wood is then dried, and only logs that do not warp are selected.
To preserve and promote the cultural heritage value of thăm singing and the musical instruments in the northern mountainous province of Tuyên Quang and make it appealing among a broader audience, many clubs have been established to inspire love of the traditional art in the younger generation.
With a great passion to preserve the national cultural art among younger generation, Đàm Thanh Hiền in Quang Hạ Hamlet, Trung Miên Commune, opened the thăm singing and teen musical instrument club in 2018. Starting with just 8 members, the club now has 29 of all ages, ranging from 5 to 70. Under the wholehearted instructions of Hiền, many young members can play the teen music instrument and sing thăm folk songs. The club has hosted several performances for tourists and on special occasions, both at home and elsewhere.
Since I was a little girl, my grandmother and mother often sang thăm songs for me, and it became a passion, so I asked my mother to teach me how to sing. I hope the club will thrive and become a tourism product of the province, generating jobs and increasing the incomes of local people.
There are more 50 thăm singing and teen musical instrument clubs in the province. The clubs have been warmly welcomed by the public, helping to promote and preserve the national cultural identity, while contributing to enhancing the material and spiritual life of local people.
The development of thăm singing clubs has partly met needs for cultural and spiritual enjoyment among local people, contributing to reducing social evils while preserving the traditional cultural heritage values of ethnic groups.
Thăm singing in the cultural and spiritual lives of the Tây, Nung, and Thai ethnic groups in the northern region is considered to be singing from heaven. The art forms also displays long-standing historical and cultural values. It was officially inscribed by the UNESCO on the representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity in 2019.
And that's wrap up our news bulletin. Thanks for watching. See you next time.